The film's release is being met with controversy, not because of its star, but for its subject matter. Audiences seem split. WGN's Richards takes a look at slavery on the big screen.
But they never break me. Emancipation tells the true story of Whipped Peter. After running for 10 days as he made a desperate and determined escape from a Louisiana plantation, he arrived at a Union camp where military doctors discovered the grotesque scars of a beating at the hand of a violent overseer that had nearly taken his life. A photo of his back was the first time many in the North had seen the physical realities of slavery. It sparked a new abolitionist movement.
It was grueling.
Will Smith steps into Peter's story in one of the best performances of his career, but it's also one of the most difficult to watch.
Physically, it was grueling emotionally and psychologically, but for everyone, for all of us on the set, just to watch some of those scenes for crew members. There were crew members that had to, just leave the set and not be able to be there.
Audiences may find it grueling as well, with some saying they can't bear the emotional weight of another movie about slavery.
We can't heal if we're just going to ignore it and want to forget it.
When I sat down with Will Smith and director Antoine Fuqua, they said while the film is heavy, it's an important step toward a reckoning with what happened.
I don't think we can ever stop telling stories about the brutality and the injustice that's happened. We didn't make a film about slavery. We made a film about freedom.
Our story is Black people started in freedom.
Perry Ermer, president and CEO of the DuSable Black History Museum and Education Center, says perspective is important when watching these films.
Ultimately, it is a story of the quest, the unending quest for freedom, resilience, survival. It all depends on where you start the narrative, and it also depends on the narrator, right?
And while the history has not changed, the way it's been told over the years has.
It wasn't always trauma. It was initially slaves were really happy, and there was no brutality shown at all.
Professor Carla Ray Fuller teaches a course on racial and ethnic representation in Hollywood films at Columbia College.
Shirley Temple danced with Bill Bojangles Robinson in The Little Rebel, So it wasn't always this trauma until we get to the 60s. And people are tired of a sanitized version of slavery. And so that's when the brutality gets focused on a lot. With the movie Slaves, even Mandingo, it kind of morphed into something else with Roots in '77. We had Glory and we had Amistad, and those had brutal scenes. And so now we're getting into what are we doing here? How much trauma do we need to see?
She says another element that deters some Black viewers are common character plots that just aren't realistic.
We had this sort of magical Negro that just, transforms everything in an impossible way. It can be seen as positive by the people who are making it, but it's another stereotype.
If you men will take no pay, and none of us will.
But also the white savior, in Glory and Amistad, it was taken over by the white characters. Amistad turned into a courtroom drama, and Glory was about Matthew Broderick's character more than the slaves. And then, of course, we get 12 Years a Slave, which is very nuanced, brutality for sure, but balanced with something you can take away from the movie. I think a successful slave film gives you something to take away from it other than just trauma.
Taking away more than the trauma can be difficult, says one doctor.
Like you said, the imagery afterward really takes a toll where you're thinking.
Dr. Sheehan Fisher, a professor and clinical psychologist with Northwestern, says it's fine to support these films, but has concerns about the impact.
it causes a lot of stress and that can impact the brain and the body, but also because it's likened to the real life events, it kind of makes it more of a chronic experience where people start to what we call ruminate, thinking a lot about it, and stays on their mind way after the movie's done. It's very important to be aware of that, to take a break after experiencing some of these things so that you have some time for your body and mind to recuperate.
As audiences decide whether or not to watch this movie, the latest on the subject, it's clear that it will not be the last.
I think it is a way to educate all people, and I hope that all people, not just Black people, will see this film and understand the pieces of history that are imperative to know.
I believe we're going to keep coming back to it because I think there are still stories to be told.
Dean Richards, WGN News.
Emancipation is in theaters now, but starting Friday, you can also stream it on Apple Plus TV. And for Dean's review and his interview with Will Smith and the rest of the film stars, visit WGNTV.com/Dean's List.